You belong on every ground your feet grace, so don't ever feel out of place. Take up space and belong. This earth is your birthplace. Okay, so on episode 7 of Love is Blind, it picks up where it stops, where Taylor is confronting Daniel about knowing her previously from Instagram. He is confused. And it seemed to me like she knew more about him than he knew about her. And like she was describing like the picture, some picture she saw of him or whatever. He's like, I never posted a picture like that. And she is so hell bent on it being him. And so much so to the producers asked if she wanted to see her phone so she could check. They give her phone. She's scrolling down to see if he added her and she can't find it. And he basically is like, I would never do that. Like I really would. That would be cheating the system and I would never do that. And I actually do believe that Daniel wouldn't have done that. He seems like he was telling the truth to me. But also, even if he did follow you on Instagram, what does that mean? What does that mean? Like, he don't know you in real life. He would still just have been getting to know you on the show. Like, she was so confusing to me with that. But he promises her that he didn't know, and I felt like it was pointless. But he still wants to pursue a relationship with her. And I was like, this would have put a bad taste in my mouth. Well, do I think it's enough for him to not want to date her? Yeah, it would have been enough for me. But to each their own. So she agrees for them to pursue their connection further. So the couples go to the Honduras for their little honeymoon or whatever. And I'm glad that they went somewhere different or whatever. It was cool seeing them. Also, it was cool seeing Joey and Monica after not seeing them for a long time, and I think that they're so cute together or whatever. They make a good like couple or whatever. Um Dave and Lauren seem to be a bit awkward around each other at first. I kind of feel like it's mostly Lauren that's awkward, but at the same time, Dave is also as well. He's also very awkward as well. Um, but I don't think it's necessarily because like they aren't physically attracted to each other. I just kind of feel like, this is our first time meeting at the park, and Monica just seems to be awkward, period. I feel like I'm really awkward, but it sometimes I feel like when we're being awkward, it's because we're in our heads a lot about everything or whatever. So it could be that like them trying to get used to being with each other outside of the pause. That's not always going to come natural for everybody, even though a lot of the couples it comes natural to them. That's not going to be everybody's story. So I understood it. I don't think that there was wrong with that or whatever. It didn't make me feel like, oh, they don't got a connection. I expect some awkwardness. And if you don't have none, kudos to you. So the couple settle in with each other or whatever. They're getting used to like being around each other or whatever. Virginia and Devin was very touchy-feely with each other. Like they were all over each other. Like you could tell that they have a physical connection. It wasn't too much. Like I feel like it was just enough or whatever for somebody that you're just now like being around. It wasn't too much to me. I think this happens when they wake up the next day. Dave and Lauren, they have like a conversation, and then or was it when it was about to go to sleep? I don't know. And then they were kissing. He couldn't stop kissing her. He just kept kissing her. Dave was trying to get in Lauren's drawers. He was trying to get in Lauren's drawers right away. Like he was trying to get in her drawers right away. But I feel like Lauren wasn't like, she wasn't there yet. Devin says that being with Virginia is easy. He says that he loves her, and they say that they're in love with each other. It could just be me, but I don't know. I'm not falling in love with nobody in a couple of days. Like, it's just not happening. I have to build a connection with you, and I also have to see you in different aspects of life before I'm like falling in love or whatever. Like, it's just I'm not and I don't think this is love at first sight, because they got to know each other. I can grow strong feelings for you, like, as we're getting to know each other and stuff, but like falling in love after a couple of days, because I'm thinking in the mindset of, I know they were in the pods for a while getting to know each other, but at the same time they didn't have the physical there. So I feel like whenever they see each other in person, that kind of solidifies the connection. And then we see where we go from here. But I'm not going to like, okay, connection solidified. I saw him, he fine, so now I'm in love. Like, that's not, I'm going to have to see how he operates outside of the pods. I got to see. At that point my guard would still be up. Like, it wouldn't be as far as it started, but it would still be up a little bit. So I would have to see a little bit more of this person before I was in love. But to each their own. If they said they were in love, they were in love. um Dave says that he thinks this experiment is good for him because he goes off of looks when dating. And I kind of feel like he basically was saying, if I saw you in person before getting to know you, I would have never dated you. I kind of feel like that's what he was saying. So he, like, that took everything out of it. So I was able to get to know who you were. I was able to get to know your heart. I was able to, penetrate your mind, stuff like that, before seeing you. And now seeing you is bringing everything together. But if I saw you first, we probably wouldn't have got here. That's what it seemed like he was saying to me. I don't know about y'all. But him and Dave and Lauren, they play dunk tank. Like, they're gotta throw like the bean bags at the thing to play. But I don't think she got in the tank. It was just him. I was like, yeah, she ain't getting in that tank. So it goes to Daniel and Taylor. And they are glad that they decided to go on this experiment or whatever, instead of like leaving everything there, because he followed her on Instagram or whatever. But she apologizes for what she did and like how she brought it up. And I kind of feel like she was sorry, but at the same time, I feel like she was convinced that, oh, I know him. But like I said, it seemed to me like she knew him more than he knew her. She knew him way more than he knew her. So that should have told him something, but I digress. But Daniel ends up turning like the negative into a positive and being like, we're here now. I want to get to know you. So like, let's put that in the past. I understand that happened, but I definitely feel like we can move past it or whatever. I really think that Daniel really was trying to make things work. After that situation happened, he was trying to not make things awkward and trying to like show her that he wasn't really on nothing crazy. But I feel like he was always like there with the positive reinforcement. So Joey and Monica are talking, and Joey is telling her about having he had OCD, that he's like telling her like the things that he used to do or whatever. And she basically asked him like, are you still, is it still that way or whatever? And he's like, no, it happened when I was a kid. And he was like, they use exposure therapy to combat it or whatever. So he was able to like come out of that. But like when he was a kid, he had it bad or whatever. But he was able to use exposure therapy. And she basically was like, as a kid, like you being able to do that as a kid is amazing. Like, because many kids probably wouldn't be able to or whatever. They would probably have to like take medicine or something. But he said he wanted to use a natural he wanted to go the natural route, so that's what they did. Um, Devin and so it goes to Devin and Virginia. They say that they feel comfortable together. They're like complimenting each other, and you know, he calls her beautiful, she calls him handsome. They get close in the pool. I ain't gonna lie, like that scene of them in the pool, it looked like he lifted her up and sat her on his meat, and it looked like they was having sex. I ain't gonna lie, I was like, are they hunching? are they are they hunching in the pool? Like what's going on? I swear to God, it looked like he sat her down on that peen and they was in there having sex. Not gonna lie. So then it goes back to Dave and Lauren. And he's like, him and Lauren hasn't had sex yet. And I'm confused because I'm like, y'all was only around each other for a few days. Calm down. Y'all don't need to have sex right away. But you could tell that that's what he was on immediately. You could tell because he was being very touchy feely with her, kissing her and stuff. And Lauren was kind of awkward when it was going on. He says that there's nothing that they're talking and he's like, yeah, there's nothing that I hate about you or whatever. And then he's like, well, maybe your hair. And then he laughs and he says, I'm just playing. And she ignores it again. He was not playing. He was not playing. He hated her hair, the style that she had or whatever. Um Also, the two of them had a conversation about, cuz he asked her like what was her last relationship, how long ago was it, and not and she told him that it was like a couple of months before she got on the show. I think a month. So he asked her like, when's the last time you had a relationship, because it's been like 4 years since I've been in a relationship. And she's like, well, I was dating, and she said it wasn't nothing serious, or she didn't even count it as dating, but she was talking to somebody like a month before or something. This worries him. And also the fact that the guy that she dated is someone that he knows and somebody that he considers to be his friend. But not Monica, Lauren must have told him that it wasn't really dating, that they just kind of like talked or they went out maybe. And I think the friend told him that they did date. They kind of had two different ideas of what happened between the two of them. And so this worries him, and he's like, he doesn't feel like you can date somebody that soon and then go on a show like this and then open yourself up. But I feel like if it never got serious with the person, I feel like you can go on a show like Love is Blind and be serious about the person that you find there. Like, I don't feel like just everybody that you date is a serious situation. And maybe he has a different idea of what dating means. It seemed like that's what it was. And it also, she said that nothing came out of it, but the friend said that they did date or whatever. I don't remember if she said that she had sex with him or if they said, but it kind of just seems like to me that he's trying to find a reason not to be interested in her. So I don't know, I could be tripping, but it seems like that to me. So, they're talking about all of those things or whatever, and then he mentions Molly, and he's like, I'm like, when we go back out into the real world, I'm going to see Molly. Like, I hope I'm going to see her. And it kind of seemed like he was trying to get to her because the fact that she dated one of his friends got to him, and he was trying to do tit for tat or whatever. But I kind of feel like Dave was always going to try to find Molly. He was always going to do that, whether whether him and Lauren worked out or not. He was going to do that. But that episode kind of ends after he mentions the thing about Molly or whatever. But let me know what y'all think about episode 7 of Love is Blind. I thought it was cool. I was interested in seeing them outside of the pause. Everybody still seems to have their connection. And some people even seem to have a deeper connection after the pause. But let me know what y'all think about episode 7. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye. Before you go, check out my website at srgraham.org and subscribe to my mailing list to get exclusive updates on works in progress, other news, and blog posts. Thank you.